Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Sparkling Sparkles. I am Kanishka and our today's topic is artificial neural networks. In any case, if you are not comfortable in English, आप हिंदी वाली प्लेलिस्ट भी चेक कर सकते हो. मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में डाल दूंगी उसका लिंक. ठीक है, तो let's start this video. So see what is the basic aim of the subject. We want our machines to act like human beings, okay? And what human beings have that make them intelligent is human brain, okay? So basically, we want our machines to act like human beings. They should, act according to the situations, and we want them to be like that. As a child, we are trained about different things, that this is a cat, this is a dog, or this is a blackboard, this is a marker, from basically from the very childhood we are trained about these things, and what we are doing is we are registering everything inside our brain, right? We learn different things according to the situations, and then we use them for future references, right? So this is what we want our machines to act like. So this is the whole approach of the subject. Second is the machines should learn from their past experience. Let's take this example of if you touch something hot, your finger get burnt. Okay, so what is happening there? We are registering this thing again inside our head, that if we touch something hot, we will get burnt. So from next time, whenever we get, we have this situation or this scenario came in front of us, what we will do? We will not touch that again. So what we are doing here is we are learning from past experience, okay? And this is what we want our machines to do. Let's take an example of Google Translate, okay? What is Google Translate doing? Whenever we are typing something there, it is actually processing a lot of data, and after that it is giving us a desired output. And that Google Translate actually have a huge amount of trained data is there, and from that, after processing a lot of things, it is giving us output. So basically, we are training, our robots, our computers, our machines basically, so that they can act like human beings. Okay. So let's see this definition of neural networks. These are neurally implemented mathematical model. So these are nothing but neurally implemented. Why we are calling them neurally implemented? So when we talk about human beings, what is the processing unit of our brains? It is neurons, right? A huge amount of neurons are interconnected with each other, and they process the things. Whatever we are, seeing, we are registering the things, what we are listening. These are all the signals that our brain is getting, and then, we are processing those things, and then we are giving some sort of outputs by our actions, by speaking something or whatever, so these are nothing but we are just implementing our human brain, the neuron structure into the mathematical model. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you people. So now see these two structures. The first one, you must have saw this thing before also in your biology books. This is our biological neuron, and this is the artificial neuron. Okay, this is the copy, the mathematical representation of this biological neuron. Okay, so what happened here is there are number of huge amount of these kind of biological neurons present inside our brain, and they help in the processing of input signals, and those input signals are coming from our eyes, and the ears, whatever we are listening basically. And that, whenever we are registering the things inside our brain, this network of neurons will, process those signals and give some output to us, right? So these are dendrites. The inputs will come from there. The nucleus is there, and the cell body, axon is there. This particular the cell body is going to help in processing of those signals, and then there is a synapse that will help in giving the output to other, neurons that are connected to this. So there is this huge network of neurons. Okay, now there is this artificial neuron. This is just the mathematical representation. See, what happens here is we are having some inputs from there. Similarly, here also we have the input layer. First thing that we have is inputs. There are a number of inputs that we can provide to our neuron, okay, for processing. So see, what happened in our human brain is the more the number of neurons, the more will be the intelligence of a person. Okay, so because the processing speed of those signals will increase if he or she have a more number of neurons. Similarly, here also, if we have more number of inputs, the accuracy and the correctness, the effectiveness of that output will be more. Okay, so there are number of inputs here, then there are weights. These inputs are basically called as nodes here. Okay, so every node has a weight attached to it. Okay, this is similar to this case. If we are, if we want to fill this bucket, it is a bucket and we are going to fill it. We have some small containers with us, and if the weight of the water is more here, we can fill this up more quickly. So when filling up this bucket, we have to make sure that this container will be like more full. The weight of this container is more, so that this bucket will fill up fast. Okay, so similar here, this x1 have a weight attached to it, that is w1. This x2 input has weight attached to it, that is w2. Okay, so they are going to tell us how this input is going to contribute in this output, okay, after processing. Always remember this, that they are weighted inputs. They are not normal inputs, they are weighted inputs. They have weights attached to them. Then we have two functions here. First one is summation. We all know about this. Summation is what? It will provide you with this weighted total, the weighted sum. And how we are going to calculate it? That is summation of xi wi plus b. And this b is bias. B here is bias value. Okay. So now what happened here is we have got this weighted sum. Okay, we have some inputs with weights, and we just perform this calculation over them with the help of this summation function. Now this weighted sum will be passed to this f of x, that is our activation function. This is very important whenever we talk about this artificial neuron, So this activation function will tell us whether our neuron is going to fire up or not. Okay, firing of neuron is always connected to this activation function. It will tell you if this neuron will go to 1, 0 and 1. These could be the two states of our neuron. So there could be number of activation functions present according to different problems or different situations, and we are going to discuss them in next video, so don't worry. Okay, so after this process, once we have this weighted sum, and then we have decided if this neuron is going to fire up or not, then we get this y as output. Okay, So this is the whole processing of our this artificial neuron. Now let's see what is this bias. Okay, so here in this neuron, this weight and the bias, both these value play a very important part. Let's take an example for them. Let's say we have W1 equals to 1 and W2 equals to 0. Okay, so when we calculate the summation part, what we are going to have? We have this multiplied by with some input, right? And we have this multiplied by some x2 input. Okay, so we have this value that will be equals to 0, which means this thing, the x2 w2 is not going to contribute in this output, which is not a good thing. As I said before also, the number of possibilities are going to tell about the accuracy of the system, right? The more the inputs we have, more accurate system. So what we are going to do here now, because of this weight, zero weight, now you see the importance of this weight also, right? If our weight becomes zero, the input also don't have anything, contribution in this output. So what we are going to do here, we add this bias value, this b, so that we can convert this zero to non-zero, some integer or something, that is non-zero, and that will ensure that our this input value should also contribute in the output of this whole neuron. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you all understand this topic, this concept of artificial neural networks very well. And I will leave now. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, and of course you can share it with your friends, and you can subscribe to this channel for more such videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.